the mythical realm of Elowen, a land of enchanted forests, ruined kingdoms, and celestial magic. Prologue. Long ago, when gods still whispered to the stars, a prophecy was carved into the marble halls of the Temple of Oracles. When the Moonstone falls into mortal hands, a love shall rise that can shatter curses or summon ruin. Centuries passed. Kingdoms fell. The prophecy was forgotten, buried beneath layers of dust and disbelief, until the night the Moonstone fell from the sky. Chapter 1. The Starfall. In the northern province of Caerlin, tucked between whispering pines and the sapphire-laced River Thalor, lived a young healer named Erin. With ink-black hair and eyes the color of periwinkle mist, she was known more for her silence than her spells. Raised by her grandmother after her parents vanished in the Storm War, Erin had grown into a woman of quiet strength, often tending to the sick and injured with a calm touch and a soft hum of forgotten lullabies. One night, as she gathered moonflowers beneath the twin moons, a brilliant star cut across the heavens, burning green and violet. It crashed into the forest near her cottage with a thunderous roar. Trees bent from the force. The ground trembled. Drawn by instinct and fear, Erin ventured into the woods with only her lantern and a silver-bladed dagger. The air smelled of ozone and jasmine. Animals scurried away from the epicenter. Deep within the grove she found it, a shimmering crystal the size of her palm, pulsing with otherworldly light. The Moonstone, cool to the touch, yet humming with immense warmth. But she wasn't alone. A cloaked figure stepped from the shadows, tall, broad-shouldered, with silver eyes that glowed like moonlit steel and an aura that shimmered with old magic. His presence chilled the air. His name was Kyle. Chapter 2. The Marked Stranger. Kyle was no ordinary man. Once a prince of the ruined kingdom of Velenar, he had been cursed to live in exile until the Moonstone revealed his path. Bound to the stone, and now, inexplicably, to Erin. As they touched it together, a glowing mark appeared on both their wrists, a crescent entwined with ivy. The ancient symbol of the vow bond, a magical tether that binds two souls for destiny's purpose. Neither of them had chosen it. Erin recoiled, heart racing. She had heard tales of soul binding, of lovers tied together by magic and fate, but never believed it real. She didn't want her future stolen by prophecy. Kyle, haunted and weary, only bowed his head. "I never wished to be bound either," he said, voice hollow. "But something has awakened, and it will hunt us both." Despite her distrust, Erin couldn't shake the feeling that their meeting was not an accident. When the Moonstone pulsed again, they both felt it, a whisper, soft and urgent, guiding them toward a path neither understood. They agreed, reluctantly, to travel together. Kyle promised protection, while Erin promised healing. Both knew that whatever fate awaited them, they would face it more safely together than alone. Chapter 3. Shadows Stir. The Moonstone's reappearance sent ripples across Elowen. Deep in the obsidian marsh, in a spire of black stone surrounded by dying trees, the sorceress Elandra felt the magic stir. Once beloved of Kyle, she had cursed him when he rejected her thirst for conquest. "If I cannot have him, then let none find happiness," she whispered, conjuring her wraith-hounds from shadow and bone. They sniffed the air, already tracking the bond. Elandra had grown more powerful over the years. Her hatred, festering in the dark, had sharpened into a weapon. She would not lose Kyle a second time, especially to a mere healer. Meanwhile, Erin and Kyle sought answers in the ruins of Velenar. The once great kingdom was now overgrown with moss and thorns. In the echoing halls of the Star Vault Library, they found scrolls laced with forgotten enchantments. One scroll revealed the truth. The Moonstone amplifies the heart's desire, whatever dwells within it. Love, hatred, fear, vengeance. It would draw from the strongest emotion. If their bond was pure, it could restore Eloan's fading magic. But if tainted, it could corrupt everything. They looked at each other, silently questioning if they could truly trust the other. Could love be born out of necessity? Could destiny evolve into choice? Chapter 4. A Bond Tested. Their journey led them through frozen peaks, over firelit canyons, and into the dreaming glade, a place where echoes of the past linger. Here, illusions showed them truths and lies. Erin saw her childhood replayed in shimmer and shadow, her parents leaving with a promise to return, the ache of abandonment. Kyle, meanwhile, saw his betrayal, his last day as prince. Elandra standing with tearful fury as he denounced her war plans. The spell she cast, binding him to eternal wandering. He saw his younger self, full of pride and pain. They shared these visions, witnessed each other's pain. In view, vulnerability, trust was forged. One night, as they sheltered beneath the canopy of starlit ash trees, their hands touched. Not for magic, but comfort. Kale's fingers brushed hers. She didn't pull away. "Do you trust me now?" he asked, his voice softer than she'd ever heard it. "I trust what we are becoming," she whispered. That night they kissed. The crescent mark on their wrists shimmered gold, not from destiny, but choice. Chapter 5. Betrayal and Blood. They were nearing the Temple of Oracles when Elandra struck. Disguised in Erin's form, she lured Kale with illusions of comfort, words he longed to hear. When his guard dropped, she drove a dagger laced in moonbane into his chest. He collapsed, choking on blood and betrayal. Erin found him barely breathing. Her magic couldn't heal the moonbane. In desperation, she offered herself to the Moonstone, not to wield it, but to surrender it. She gave up her claim to destiny, asking only for Kale's life. The Moonstone cracked. Its light flared one last time before pouring into Kale's chest. He gasped. Breath returned. Elandra screamed as the bond between them surged, now beyond magic's reach. Chapter 6. The Last Choice. With the Moonstone gone, Elandra's desperation turned to madness. She summoned a storm of shadow and flame to drown Eloan. Kyle, reborn and free from curse, faced her with calm finality. "I did love you once," he said, standing tall, "but love born of chains isn't love." Erin joined him, her hands glowing with the last light of the vow bond. Together, they invoked not power, but peace, a counterspell fueled by their shared truth. Light swept over the land, sealing Elandra's rage within the storm she'd summoned. Her magic imploded, silenced at last. Eloan breathed again. Epilogue. The Garden of Stars. Years later, in a grove where stardust still lingered, Kale and Aaron built a sanctuary, a garden where those broken by magic could heal. They never wore crowns, never sat on thrones, but people from all across Eloan came to see the pair bound not by prophecy, but by a love chosen freely. Some called them legends, others called them myth. But those who touched the crescent mark carved in stone knew the truth. Love chosen freely is the oldest and most powerful magic of all.